All right, Shalom. First and foremost, only of all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Akakwadash. The honors to the elder apostles, great millstone, who rule well, and salutation and much love to the Akim out there pushing out his word in truth and sincerity. This is the brother Osh from Great Millstone Tampa, back with another lesson. Lord's will is going to be edifying to the hopeful elect. And, just going to go in on this the mark of the beast and the wiles of the devil, all the lies, the trickeries that this devil has pushed on the whole world. Matter of fact, let's get that first. All right, because not only has he deceived the nation of Israel, our people, stole our identities, but he's also deceived the whole world. Okay, but it's bullshit. All right, pseudoscience. But and this is all allowed by the Lord. The Lord allowed him to go around the earth and blowing shit up, right? This man discovered TNT, started blowing things up, all during the Renaissance and leading up all the way to this day. He's still going around bombing things, ancient sites in Israel, and the way things going on in Gaza. They laying that place flat. Afghanistan, Iraq, Syria. They blew up a lot of ancient sites. Why? Because this devil has a narrative that he's pushed on the whole world. Hold on. So that he can be the hero, all right? So everybody has to depend on him at the end of the day. And this is what's leading, ultimately, all these lies that he's been pushing is for his new world order that he's been laboring hundreds of years now. That's why they got the Illuminati started May Day 1776. And that's when they had the Declaration of Independence or whatever. The Constitution. All right, and what does it say on the dollar? Novus Ordo Seclorum. On their money, and what's happening with the money is going digital. So let's go ahead and start here. Revelation 20 in the 2. I'll start at 1. It says, "And I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit and a great chain in his hand, and he laid hold of the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil." All right, Esau, Edom, he's the old serpent, that same serpent that lied to Eve. All right, in the garden. It says, "And Satan, and it bound him 1,000 years." And this is the period of which Esau calls falsely, the Dark Ages, which the Byzantine Empire, or the Holy Roman Empire, the Moors ruling, what else they call it, medieval times, where all these castles and cathedrals were built by Jakes. Okay, and what happened? Esau took credit for all of that. Oh yeah, we built that. Yeah, Esau don't build shit except for cheap. All Esau builds is cheap. All right, look at the house you're living in, falling apart. The roads are shit. Everything that this man builds is the break. But somehow people back in the 700 AD, 1200 AD, 600 AD built all these things that are still standing to this day. But Esau take credit for it. And again, he changed the history. He whitewashed it. That's part of the iconoclasm. He changed the images of the Lord and of saints, of the people of the Lord. And then he took on the names of the Israelite. He don't even call himself Israelite. He calls himself a Israeli, a Jew. He don't even, he Ashkenazi Jew. Which that's not even possible, because Ashkenazi was the son of Japhet. So how can you be an Ashkenazi Jew Semite? Esau's just full of shit, man. It says, verse 23, chapter 20, verse 3, it says, "And cast him into the bottomless pit and shut him," which goes into the Europe, because he was ruling the pagan Roman Empire, which, it was still pagan to some degree, but they changed it over to the Holy Roman Empire after Jake, Constantine the Great, got in power, because Jake was ruling before him, obviously, right after the Flavian dynasty. Jake started coming into power. But it says, "And shut him up and set a seal upon him, that he should deceive the nations no more, till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled." So yeah, that 1,000 years period, going back roughly to like 300 AD, 330 AD, to roughly around the 1300s, when Esau started getting power and the papacy, all right, became the popes. And at that time, everybody had to get permission from the church to do anything. To go to war, you had to get permission from the Pope, or you would be an enemy, okay, to the Pope. It says, and after that, he must be loosed the little season. Yeah, and then that's the period we're in. We're in that little season. It's coming to an end quickly. All right. So let's read that. You got a couple other reading a couple other translations here. It says NLT, the angel threw him into the bottomless pit, which he then shut and locked, so Satan could not deceive the nations anymore until 1,000 years were finished. Until the 1,000 years were finished. So after that 1,000 year period, Slovakia, that's when he coined the term Renaissance, which you go into the word Renaissance means rebirth. Rebirth of what? The devil's rulership on this earth, so that he could deceive the nations. It says afterward he must be released for a little while, and that little while is coming to an end very quickly. That's why the scriptures say the devil coming down with great wrath, because he knoweth he have but a short time. Okay, so let's go to, well, we know the scripture, but we'll get it anyway, about the mark of the beast, because this is ultimately what's all leading to. All right, because again, this man has made you depend. Matter of fact, before we get that, he's made you, which was a curse that the Lord told us would happen if we disobeyed him. Esau, Edom has made your whole life depend on him. You have to go to him for everything. Okay, people don't sustain themselves anymore, living off the land. Everything you have to go need to live, you need to go to the devil for. All right, your whole life revolves around the shit that he has given you. Your phone, your whole life is wrapped around your phone. His bullshit technology. Everything you need comes from the devil. Deuteronomy 28:48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which Yahweh shall send against thee, in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things. See, so just in 2024, you have to depend on this devil to even be part of life. You can these people talk about they living off the grid. Listen, they ain't living off no damn grid. Because at any moment the devil comes swooping in and put that to an end. You got drones that you can find people, thermal vision. And even those doomsday preppers and the people that live off grid, they still got to go to the stores. They still get buying the shit from the devil anyway. Because even Esau has even subjugated his own people to the point where they need to depend on the government ultimately, or ultimately the elite. Because the elite are the one orchestrating all this. The Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the elite families. Well, you know what? They're not the elites. They're the parasites, really. Because really, the elect, the Israelites are the elite. Because they're the elite of wickedness. Even Jake surpassed them in that too. So again, this dude is he's not original. Esau Edom is not original whatsoever. Even in his own, the Lord created all things, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil, and Jake surpassed him in wickedness. Ain't that something? It says, and he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. There Jake went into slavery under this devil again once Esau knew exactly what he was doing during these Renaissance period. All right, when as well as when he was going around blowing shit up, changing the narrative, changing history, and this is all factual shit. And that's why they started the public school systems. School wasn't always free, and it was sponsored and funded by yours truly, J.D. Rockefeller. Let's see here. Rockefeller Foundation. He Foundation. He started the public school system. Public schools. Public safety. Yeah, they don't give a damn about your safety. Let's see. 1903, the General Education Board. Okay, 1903. And what do they teach you in school? What they want you to know, or what they want you to believe. Was the General Education Board was devoted to the cause of improving education throughout the U.S. Yeah, bullshit. Of course, they're going to say this on their website, the Rockefeller Archives. But this is how they started the public schools through the Rockefeller Foundation, the General Education Board. Let's see if it'll go into it. And this is how they started lying, indoctrinating. Even before this, they had the indoctrination camps for the Israelites. But yeah, you got to go into it, because it's not going to be the first thing that pops up, obviously, especially now with AI. They clean up everything, because when we used to go into things back 6, 7, 8 years ago, and it would be easy to find out. It just look like they scrubbed a lot of information off the internet. That's all right, because the information is still out there. And again, that's the scripture. What's it called? Falsely. I just put it in science. Because what is science? Science is knowledge. All right. O Timothy, keep that which is committed to thy trust. Avoid profane and vain babbling and oppositions of science, falsely so called. Yeah, this devil, he's the pseudoscience. All right. You go into the word. Well, let's see. The different translations should probably translate it. So-called knowledge. Yeah. And this so-called white man has pushed his own narrative, his so-called science, his so-called knowledge through what? The public school systems, all right, the media, his books that he pushes out. Who created the, here we go, let's see. Who created the public school system? No. Yeah, right. 180 million. Well, he didn't create it, but he funded it in the 1902, equivalent to 35 million today. Or 223. What does the Rockefeller Foundation do? Lie to everybody. All right. And they've lied. Esau has lied about everything, man. This devil has lied about everything. To what? So to get you to depend on him for everything. Again, like we read in Deuteronomy, that was the curse the Lord put on us, that we would go to the enemy for the one of all things. And this devil, the Lord is using this devil to make it so, to the point where you using technology today that was made over 100 years ago. And we'll get to the mark of the beast. I got quite a few articles, but again, this is the reason I'm bringing this out is because this devil has been conditioning you to trust in him and live off of what he gives you, and that's the only way to live. And if not, what happens when these nations try to go away from him? He just drops bombs on you, destroys your cities. Look what happened with Gaddafi, with Saddam Hussein. They try to go to the gold standard and boom, come up missing, dead, dragged through the streets, blown up. Look what happened with Japan. See, because Esau, the reason he be bombing and wiping cities out is because, during these world wars, you can go into it, but he destroyed cities that had nothing to do with the wars. You can go into it. Dresden was one of them in Germany. And why did he? Because the Germans, they were getting technologically ahead of everybody. So Esau had, the elites, ultimately, they put it into all that. Dresden, a city that had nothing to do with the war, right? Well, it was in Germany, but it didn't have no military purposes. It was Dresden, Germany. It had no military purposes. It had civilians, women and children, and hospitals filled with hospitals for the wounded soldiers, both allies and Axis powers. And what Esau do? He went in there and wiped that bitch clean. Look up the images. Leveled the city, another city during World War II that Esau wiped out. Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Why did he choose to drop? Because he blew up all kind of cities in Japan. Firebombed the hell out of them. But why choose those two cities that had no military purposes, Nagasaki and Hiroshima? Well, if you go into it, they were technologically pretty advanced. And Esau wiped that city out clean, leveled it flat. All right. So again, Esau wants you to have to depend on him through his bullshit technologies and all his bullshit lies. Look, one of his, well, again, these things aren't lies. He just doesn't tell you. so he can be justified. I ain't lie to you. Well, the first electric vehicle was actually from the 1800s. Did you know that? Tesla, Elon Musk did not invent no damn electric vehicles. They had electrobats. Different companies had electric vehicles back in the 1800s. This one says 1894, but if you type in first electric car, they say 1830s. This is Car and Driver. It's a car magazine. First electric car, a brief history on electric vehicles, 1830. It's a lot. Why would he lie about that? And then where did those electric cars go for over 100 years? And then all of a sudden they pop back up on the map. Another thing, cell phones. That ain't new. A mobile phone from 1922, which obviously is not like your cell phone today, but this technology has been around. And then all of a sudden, lo and behold, it just disappeared for roughly 60, 70, 80 years. And then now it's back on, and everything that you do consists of your cell phone, right? Look, 1922 New York. Well, let me get so you can see they're holding it. She's talking to somebody on the phone, which again, he just wants you to believe everything he tells you and not even question it. I think here we go. This one actually shows you it. Come on. And then the invention of the radio stations and the media was help propagate his lies, so he can push his narrative and tell you what he wants to tell you, and you'll eat it up and believe it. And especially with the school system being funded by the Rockefellers. So this is a homophone, the first portable or mobile phone, if you will, and it was in a box. But anyway, what else? Another thing, those scooters that you see everywhere, those electric scooters through your downtowns. That's old, but these weren't originally electric, but these were scooting around the cities. People were 1918. The cops were using them. They were riding around in scooters like you see people doing today. So all these things and then for some reason, all of these things just happen to disappear, and amongst other things. And again, it's because he had to set a narrative to lead you down to this dark path that we see today, ultimately leading to the mark of the beast. That is dependent on his technology, his electrical grid system. That's bullshit as well. I'm not going to go into about it, but you can do your own research on that. But it's all bullshit lies. This devil is the father of it. And again, like we read Revelation 20, he was allowed to deceive the nations because now he got his technology and all his infrastructure around the whole world. Why? Because the hour of temptation is going to come upon the whole world. Let's get that. So this say again, there's like the scriptures say, there's no new thing under the sun. But you let Esau tell you he's the inventor of everything, and Jake was the inventor of a lot of these things that you see today. Okay, a lot of this technology you see today is old shit anyway that Esau just revamped. He had it hidden for a while so that he can take ownership of it. Revelation 3:10, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. And this is what he's been laboring for since 1770. Well, even before, all right, really going back to the Renaissance, all right, after that 1,000-year period was over, he's been laboring, searching out the earth, blowing shit up, hiding things, gathering up the scrolls and different artifacts that prove the scriptures, and then storing them all up for him. They say there's something like 50 miles of shelves under the Vatican City of all the shit that he's collected, gone around, and then lies about it. Oh no. Or again, he'll just avoid the question. But again, that's why he had to do it, so he could set up his MOTB infrastructure worldwide, and nobody can doubt him. Because he sets up the history, he teaches what's going on. That's why a lot of these Eastern countries, they're not with the bullshit. because well, he don't have no public school systems for a lot of these places. But even them have been drunk and off the wine of the whore. Because America is the spearhead of what's been leading the lies. And if you disagree with them, you know what happens. That sword comes out, aka them bombs start raining down. All right, firebombing your cities, babies burning alive. So all the mark of the beast is going to be global, and the systems are already in place. So this is what I wanted to bring out some of these articles here. This is in China. All right, says which are Chinese. Them Moabites are nothing but lab rats to Esau. It says Brits and British people in China shocked by advanced technology that allows you to pay with your hand. You know, so you use the WeChat or the WeChat and Alipay to pay with your palm. See if this is even loads. Okay, well maybe it's not this one. They show in what's it called? I'm ignorant of this stuff, man. That's why we watch, man. All right, we search out the lies of this devil because we're not ignorant of it. Was that Second Corinthians? 2 Corinthians 2 and verse 11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. And we're not ignorant of this nigga's plots and schemes. And he's so stupid that he leaves his footprints behind. All right. But what? Nobody cares. People don't give a damn about history. You think people care about history? You know, motherfuckers fail it in school, which is bullshit anyway. That's why they got to update the books every year in the public school systems. If you want to get a real education, you need an education first and foremost of the scriptures. But if you want a so-called education of this world, a real in-depth, you got to go to these Ivy League schools, private schools. And guess what? Jake ain't going to that unless you want to get, end up doing some weirdo shit. To say so Satan NLT so that Satan will not outsmart us. See, we're not outsmarted by you devils and all your trickery and lies. You can't get one over the elect because we see through all the bullshit. It says, for we are familiar with his evil schemes. In order that Satan might not outwit us, for we are not unaware of his schemes. Yeah, only a muppet. Okay, somebody that just goes about life, not questioning anything, will believe the devil, the father of lies, right? The first person to lie, who was it? Cain, which is Esau, Edom in the reincarnation, if you can receive it. BBE, so that Satan may no longer get the better of us, for we are not without knowledge of his designs. And what is his designs, his schemes? Well, you look at, you're living in it, the New World Order. Again, it started in if we know it to have started in the Renaissance period. All right. But if Esau will tell you, officially the New World Order, we started in 1776. And that's why the scriptures say he's not going to get to feel his belly as he's eating. Was that Job 5? Because he's been laboring for this New World Order. And now with this mark of the beast coming, he thinks he's going to finish it. And then he can just get rid of a lot of you people, right? As the Georgia Guidestones prescribed, right? And the Georgia Guidestones, what did it say? He was going to depopulate the earth. Because he got robots and all that. He don't need you people no more. He just wants you to sell your soul so that he can put you down in the grave. What is it? What was it? Or maybe I don't think it was Job. What was I looking for? Oh, and the fullness of his sufficiency. That's what it was. I know it's Job. Let's see here. Job. Okay, so it's Job 20, Salakia. Job. And I got a couple more minutes. I can keep going. I got to handle something. But I still got time to get through these articles, Lord's will. Job 20 in verse 19. Because he hath oppressed and hath forsaken the poor, because he hath violently taken away houses which he builded not, Yeah, he goes around the world stealing and taking accomplishments and putting it, patting himself on the back for it, like the devil that he is, and then tells you that he did it and nobody questions him. Yep, yes, master. Verse 20, surely he shall not feel quietness in his. Wait, is this it? Okay, so it's in verse 22. In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Yeah, now he's being in straits because people are fighting back. See, people, not just the elect, but everybody's waking up to the devil now. And you got niggas, red pill losers screaming at Amalek, at the top of their lungs on the internet. Is every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. Yeah, so it's not as easy anymore because people are starting to read through the lies. See, the internet has backfired on them. Even though I forgot which one of the elites was, he said the internet was the worst. We should have never made the internet. Well, it's too late because the Lord had you devils create. Well, if he even created it, he had it. But I wouldn't doubt that it was a Jake that actually invented the internet. But anyway, the sole purpose of the internet is so that the elect could be waking up throughout the four corners of the earth, and the word could go out much easier than it did 2,000 years ago, where you had to walk everywhere and teach and preach. Now we can just preach on the internet, and then we go out on the highways and byways, of course. But now we can reach the world wide web. It says, when he is about to fill his belly, meaning what? He been eating. Esau been eating. He been setting up his new world order. When he is about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast his fury of his wrath upon him and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. There you go. So he think he about to stuff his face like the glutton that he is. Esau eat him. But what? The Lord's about to send that iron weapon. He shall flee from the iron weapon, right? He gonna think he's gonna escape by running into his holes, his little, like a rat that he is, all right, in the bunkers. And the bow of steel shall strike him through. So let's get this other translations here. NLT, may the Most High give them belly full of trouble. Okay. Anyway, King James did it justice. But again, another thing he took credit for: I'm king. I'm the king. This, king that. No, you weren't. He was a slave. All right. Well, during King James' time, he was already took power of most of the Europe. But before that, the Moors, all right, the Israelites, all right, all these people that ruled in Europe in the dark ages, as the devil calls it, those are Israelites ruling, and you was a peasant like you are today. That's why they had to change their names. And these devils love to change their names. But let's go back to these articles. This is in the UAE. The United Arab Emirates, or where Dubai's at. Again, the same thing. UAE to become first ME country to use Palm IDs. Soon pay. There you go. So they're they're conditioning the people to get ready for the mark of the beast. Oh, look how little do you know in the world. Oh, here we go. So lucky the screen went black. Here we go. There it is back. As people are worried about who's going to be the next president, this devil's setting up the mark of the beast system right in front of your face, which is already set up, but now he's about to accelerate it and full blast it. And people are gonna have to make a choice very soon on whether what you want to do. You want to continue to be part of the society, so you can go eat and you can buy things, you can work, you can even attend. You won't even be able to attend the marketplace, okay, without this new mandate. All right, just like they had a mandate 4 years ago, 4 years ago, or if you didn't comply, you couldn't go to certain places. Well, it ain't gonna be no difference when this mark of the beast comes out, and it ain't sleeping with white women. It ain't. Well, it is a sin, but it ain't sin. All right. Oh, I committed adultery 3 times this week, so you can get a combo today. You can get a meal, a chicken nugget meal. No, the mark of the beast is what we say it is. The mark of the beast is the RFID chip. All right, NFC chip, Neuralink, implantable payment device, whatever the hell Esau is going to call it, or how he sells it to the masses. It is what we've been said it is. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim outside, gave that knowledge and wisdom to the apostles of Great Millstone to see it. And now it's speaking. Like Habakkuk chapter 2 says, at the end it shall speak and it shall not lie. Well, it's speaking loud and clear. And if you can see it, then you should be running with it. Revelation 13:16, he calls all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark. See, that's why everyone has to depend on this devil, especially now with the time we're entering into, because you're not going to be able to access anything. You're not going to be able to do a damn thing unless you comply and take this mark, which ultimately you bound the knee to this devil and saying that he's your God, he's your master. It says to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. When you go into that word, buy is agrazo, like agora, right? So what does it mean to buy? It's not just mean literally. Well, it does mean the transaction of purchase, but it also means to be in the marketplace, to attend it. You're not even going to be able to go to the cities, the downtowns, and hang out. It says to do business there, buy or sell of idle people, to haunt the marketplace lounge there. You ain't gonna be no just hanging around. There's gonna, Esau, who knows how he's already got the systems in place where it can scan everything, and they're gonna know if you have a chip or not. And if not, they're gonna probably haul you off in the paddy wag and put you in some kind of concentration camp. But anyway, back to this. So this is the mainland palm payments again, and the Chinese tourists. This is ongoing as we speak. Oh, look at me! Come on, man. If you can't see where this is headed, then you're just a dweeb. All right, it's like, I don't know. Every time I get on and start doing a video, the computer just happens to go slow for some reason. Every other time it works just fine. But let me just run through these, just the couple more articles I got here. Just run through them real quick. We're not gonna read all the whole article. Which this one's from which this is about a year or two old, if I'm not mistaken. But this article itself is from September 19 of this year. These damn pop-ups, man. Shit. This woman uses chip implanted in her hand to pay at Whole Foods. Calls it the coolest thing ever. Yeah, the coolest thing ever is gonna be when a missile obliterates you. That'll be the coolest thing ever. All right. Because that's the outcome of this. You think you're gonna be cool hanging out in the cities and riding your little scooter and tap and go payments, and then the next thing you're gonna know is a missile is gonna be on the way. All right, like the scriptures say, when they shall seek peace and safety, because an event is coming any day now where they're gonna cause chaos and fear to further push this. Okay. And if you don't have the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, the fear of the Lord, you're going to be taken by these lies and the deception, the wiles of the devil. But we're not ignorant, like we read earlier, we're not ignorant of Satan's devices and all his lies. Revelation 14:9, doom for worshipers of the beast. Because again, you take this, all right, like this degenerate, most likely an Edomite. Who knows though? I ain't never met her, can't tell you for sure. But if you take it, you ultimately, what you're saying is you worship the beast. Okay. It says in the third angel, verse 9, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image. Yeah, and the beast has pushed this image throughout the four corners of the earth now. And people are worshiping it. The next step is, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand. The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. That's that thermonuclear fire. As they don't look, people like, oh well, they will never use nuclear or nuclear weapons because it's a mutual destruction. Well, you must not know who the devil is if that's what you think, because this devil don't give two shits about you. The elites don't care about their own people, let alone you Israelites. And they know who you are, and they want to get rid of you. All right. Let's see here. See what the other translations say. NLT must drink the wine of the Most High's anger. It has been poured full strength into the it's gonna be full strength, full throttle destruction on Babylon the Great. The Most High's cup of wrath, and they will be tormented. You're gonna be tortured with fire and burning sulfur if you take this chip. With fire and burning sulfur in the presence of the holy angels and the presence of the Lamb. I think in the BBE it says torture. Let's see. Yeah. To him, have cruel pain. That's not the one that says torture though. Oh, here we go. Or was okay. NET stands for New English Translation. That person will also drink of the wine of the Most High's anger that has been mixed undiluted in the cup of his wrath, and he will be tortured with fire and sulfur in front of the holy angels and in front of the Lamb. Yeah, you can be tortured like that Sarah Connor poster we have, hanging onto the fence, getting obliterated. All right. So this is the outcome. All right. The Revelation 14 is the outcome of you thinking you're cool. All right. That's what she say, right? That's what the title, the coolest thing ever. Well, it ain't gonna be, it's gonna be hot, the hottest thing ever. RFID. There you go. Hello. And what is she using it for? Pay with her bills, pay her, pay at the store. What else? Open doors, all this stupid shit that somehow was making her life better, as she thinks. And is at the same, because remember, it's a radio frequency. It's killing you. What is that? Revelation 16 maybe, where it says the ulcer or the sore, the grievous sore. I think it's 16. Yep, it's Revelation 16:2, and the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the men which had the mark of the beast, and upon them which worshipped his image. And so this woman's gonna die of cancer most likely soon, if she even makes it. She gonna shit. If she don't die of cancer, she gonna die of that tormenting, that torture, the thermonuclear missiles. All right. See if I had anything else. Okay, one more. We'll wrap it up here, as you should. All right. This is on the telegraph.co.uk. Supermarket to let shoppers pay with hand swipe. Yeah, so again, here they are conditioning the people, biometric technology. All right, to just hover your hand over the payment station, bleep, and then go on about your loser life. And what is this leading to? The mark of the beast, clear and evident. So, hey, I got to run out. Lord's will, this was edifying. I'm going to give all praises, glory, and honors to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakudash. Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone who rule well, and salutation, much love to the elect of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Shalom.